I've got a bad case of FOMO. Fear of missing what I don't know. Got a bad case of FOMO. Don't you tell me what I don't know. 'Cause I don't wanna hear what I missed.
Hello traders, this is Rich with Breathingwiththemarkets.com. Today is June 28, 2025. Let's talk about trader accountability. What is accountability? I don't like and I don't care for trading journals. It's too biased. We as individuals are biased, right? Everyone is biased. I mean, it's a fact. And if you say you're not, you're lying. I mean, you're going to wake up. But everyone has some bias involved. And a lot of times it's hard to hold ourselves accountable at times. So that's why it's most important that trading in itself must be objective, where your opinions don't matter and my opinion doesn't matter. It becomes secondary. I mean, it's secondary to the facts. There are facts that need to be looked at each and every day when you're making trades. Why you made the trade, your opinion, once you go to your opinion, it doesn't fucking matter. Throw it out the window. You're going to lose. You're going to eventually lose everything that you have. You can't cheat, lie, and steal your way through the market, and you certainly can't gamble. I will say this again. You cannot gamble your way to success, okay? Those gamblers that are on YouTube are not gambling their way to success. They invited you in their discords. They invited you into their streams. They invited you into their signals rooms to pay for their gambling habit. I see that. They can't trade. It's a fact. If they don't trade objectively in the market, it's intuition. Oh, you'll just get it. Just push a button, you have a 50% chance. I mean, if you're that fucking stupid and you believe that, then you deserve to lose your money. But you have to trade objectively in the market. It's not about support and resistance, PD arrays, order blocks, impulsive candles, and all this stuff. You must have an objective approach to the market. Not to say that any of that is not objective, but you must have an objective approach to the market, and the traders that know how to trade understand what I'm saying. So those people that don't want to believe what I'm saying don't have a skill level to understand what I'm saying. That's a fact. So let's get on with it. Trading must be objective in the market. My opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter in the market. That's a fact. So today I woke up, had a good day, and decided to go ahead and send a Discord message. And I don't have a Discord, but it's a DM message, Discord message to all of the traders at breathingwiththemarkets.com. I did cut some things out of the message because I'm not going to show that on YouTube because I am teaching them. I'm not teaching on YouTube. So let's go ahead and check out what I wrote. But once again, there's a lot of information that I pulled out of that paragraph. But we'll give you an example and we'll go over it. So here's the message that I sent them this morning. And I'm going to have the computer read it out loud. So stand by.
Hello traders. I wish to clarify the thought process regarding trading and practice. It is imperative that we do not conflate practice with trading. I would appreciate seeing the trade executions that adhere to this process, as it will help you establish positive consistency. Additionally, I encourage you to practice in the same manner as we trade. Maintain simplicity, exercise patience, and execute only when you observe the conditions we talked about. For the sake of transparency, you will need to present and explain your trades objectively, including execution points provided by your trading platform, so we can accurately assess what transpired. Our opinions are secondary. The chart will convey the truth. We have invested numerous hours in mentorship sessions, and I am committed to your success. I am here to support you. Please remain focused, and we seek accountability. I believe in your capabilities. I trust this information is beneficial. Skill first. Do not over-leverage.
So simply put, right? There was a lot of other information that was more detailed with that on what I'm looking for and what to do. So it's called accountability, right? When I view the trades from mentees with breathingwiththemarkets.com, they cannot fool me. They cannot fool themselves. I showed them and taught them a system on how to trade the entire market, not a little piece of the market, the entire market, okay? I wouldn't call that an edge, and I would not call that a strategy. I would call that trading, okay? They are trading literally the entire market, whether it's going up or whether it's going down. It doesn't matter. Okay? They are able to trade the entire market, long and short. That is trading. They don't need indicators to tell them where they're at in the market. They don't need anything else to tell them that they're in the market. Say all the traders that, right, or purchase bots, and they don't depend on electronic bots to show them entries in the market. So they're not paying $500, $600, or $1,000 or $1,500 for a trading bot that doesn't work. That's someone else who, once again, what level of trader are they? Because just because you can write code doesn't mean shit. Let me say that again. Just because you can write code doesn't mean shit. When it comes to trading, you must be at a certain level in order to trade the market. Not gamble, but trade the market. Therefore, anything less than a true trader in the market is not going to work, regardless of whatever you call it. You can call it any name you want. Pro bot, this bot, professional bot. Doesn't matter. Call it whatever it is, it's still the same. So that's what you keep buying. You keep wanting traders. There are people in life that just want to cut to the chase, don't want to put in the work, don't want to have value in what they do. They don't want value in their skill. Let's just say this. If the market turned upside down, or if the market turned sideways, the traders that I teach would still be able to trade that market. Period. It doesn't matter what algorithm is in the market. We are going to be able to trade that market. We are going to be able to take an objective approach to the market. I ask for accountability. I ask for transparency, and I want to hold the traders accountable. They need someone to hold them accountable. Why? Because they're biased, okay? The only way I can hold myself accountable at this time is to make sure that I'm doing the right thing and then I'm progressing in my trading and I am getting payouts and my hit rate is staying up and I stay in tune with the market. That's the only way. I can't lean on someone else and say, hey, how am I doing? Look at my stuff, okay? I didn't learn this from someone else. So I'm teaching other traders how to gain a skill in the market, and I am holding them. They can lean on me. They can ask me questions, and I'm going to be frank with them, okay? If they say, oh, they forgot, oh, you didn't do this, or oh, you didn't do that, you didn't teach me this, you didn't teach me that. No, that don't work that way. I don't need notes when I teach because I show them exactly what I do in the market. I make tens of thousands of trades over and over and over again, the same way that I trade. I don't need notes. The market doesn't change, okay? It doesn't change. It hasn't changed since inception. It's still there. It's still doing the same damn thing. You want to turn it 15 minutes sideways, or you want to turn it halfway on its side? I'll still trade the market. So in other words, if you want to learn how to truly trade in the market in an objective manner, then come to breathingwiththemarkets.com and I will teach you. This trading skill is not leaving anytime soon. It's not leaving ever. It's not leaving. It's not a strategy where you hear, oh, well, as soon as a lot of people figure out how to trade the market, fuck no, that's not going to happen. I see the market. It moves. It's tradable. So the market cannot hide. But the market will humble you. It will bite you sometimes. But if you don't know how to approach the market in an objective way, then you are at risk. Your account's at risk. The food on your table's at risk. Your money's at risk. Your car payment's at risk. Your house payment's at risk. This is a skill-first channel. I don't believe in journals. I don't believe in taking notes. When people go through the mentorship program and I notice that they're starting to take notes, I say, hey, whoa, stop. No notes are needed because I am showing you how to approach the market. Physically showing you on the charts how to approach the market. I am explaining in specific detail, very, very specific detail, over and over and over again. I need their undivided attention. They need to be focused exactly what I'm doing. I don't need to ask them questions. I am explaining for 5 hours straight, over and over and over again, non-stop. If they need a break, no problem. If they don't need a break, 5 hours straight, I will talk and show them that entire market. With that in mind, we will have a second day. And depending on whether they bought a 2-day event or they bought the extended mentorship. But the second day, the same thing. And then we go into some other things on the second day. So the second day, I show them how to put everything together. And that's a day where after that, and I show them how to study. After that, then they go on and they start to study. If they have questions, they DM me. The point is, it's a skill that'll never leave your soul. If you practice the skill each and every day, and it doesn't mean I need to practice 2 hours a day, I need to practice 3 hours a day. It's not the time, it's how you practice. If you're going to take your time and practice, or you're going to visually look at the chart, I tell them exactly how to practice. If they do not practice that way, that's their problem. I can only teach them how to fish, but they must fish for their family. So in my program, I strongly believe that it's really going to separate those who really truly want to trade and learn how to trade in an objective manner from those who just like to gamble and like that thrill, okay? Because trading is boring. When you have a skill level, and a high skill level, it is absolutely boring. You're gonna get in 30 seconds or a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, you're done. You're literally done for the day. Now what? It can be boring, right? I mean, it's exciting, but for a very short period of time. You have to think about it. If you have a gambling mentality, then learning how to trade, truly trade in the market, is not for you. If you want a skill for life, then breathingwiththemarkets.com is right for you. If you want to truly learn how to trade, you need to accept accountability. For example, a trader cannot email me or DM me and say, oh, I'm having a bad day. I don't know what's going on. They know what I'm going to say. Show me your entries. Because you have to prove to me. You have to prove to me that something doesn't work. That's going to be hard to do. Why? Because I see the chart. That's not only going to be hard to do, it's almost impossible. Almost impossible to do. Yeah, I see the chart. So there is an objective reason why something worked or didn't work without an opinion. Did they smash the entry button and go all in on something? And they got a little pullback? Little pullback. I'm not talking big pullbacks. I'm talking little pullbacks. This is futures. Little pullback and they blew up their account or they had a bad day. Well, that's why you over leveraged. It wasn't the trade itself. You just kept smashing the fucking entry button. You can't do that, right? You got to know your account size. Leverage matches your entry, right? Basically, when I made that video, leverage matches your stop. Well, your stop is your account size too, correct? And no, that doesn't mean, oh, just go all in. If you blow your account, just buy another one. Once again, those who think this way, they're not. Don't even come around breathingwiththemarkets.com. I don't need people like that. Only people that want to learn how to trade can think and actually listen. If you can listen to someone who knows what the fuck they're saying in the market, and then you can apply that, you're going to be really good. I believe you're going to be really good if you stick with it. How good? That's up to you. I am confident in all of the mentees that come over that they will make it to the level that they want to get. I mean, you don't just say, oh, I want to be an astronaut one day, and you have no schooling. I mean, use some common sense, right? But the skill level is attainable. The skill level is attainable. If you can gain a skill in anything else in life, why can't you gain it in trading? Right? Keep working your job, keep having a source of income come in, and practice on a skill chart, and don't waste your money until you gain the skill. You're not proving anything to yourself jumping in the market gambling. Because if someone says, he or she says, oh, I had a bad day today, I'm going to ask for their charts. I'm going to ask for the entries. And I've had it before, where people just break down and say, I wasn't trading the way I was supposed to. Okay, well then you answered your own question or you answered your own concern, right? Because I'm not going to sit here and spend a whole lot of time with people if they're not going to gain that skill and practice what they paid for. Because then maybe they don't want to trade. Maybe they just want everything handed to them. Because it's not hard work. It's just repetitive work. And guess what? It's boring in a sense that I've done this hundreds of times. I've done this thousands of times. I've done this 10,000s of times. But guess what? If you want to be successful at it, that's what you're going to have to do. Just because, oh, I get it now, I get it and I see it, that's not enough. You need to do more. Just because I know how to trade doesn't mean I stop looking at the charts and say, I don't need to look at the charts. I get it. I know how to trade. Of course I know how to trade. Doesn't mean I don't look at the charts. I have a passion for it. I like to look at the language of the charts. So if you have an educator out there, a mentorship, someone selling a course, if they do not have a skill, an actual skill, and I'm not talking about someone just drawing a line on a chart, someone drawing a horizontal line on a chart saying, I pick the best zones and I tell you where the institutions are trading. I tell you where the institutions are trading. The footprints, right? Have you heard that before? Oh, fuck. What a joke, man. I mean, what a joke. I can't believe how many people actually believe that. Where the institutions are trading. An institution couldn't tell me. I wouldn't give a shit. If one of the biggest institutions for hedge funds, I wouldn't give a shit if they told me that they were going to buy X amount at a certain price. And I don't care where they're going to buy or sell. Because the chart's going to tell me where I need to go. Regardless of fucking who they are. I don't give a shit how much money they have. The chart's going to tell me where I need to be. So they can't lose, right? Think about it. The chart just doesn't move just because we have an overflow of money dumping in there. It has to be set up to move in a certain direction. So these are the little things that normal traders or people that are teaching and all this stuff, they just use this stuff because they've heard it before. Institutional trading, institutional zones. This is where the institutions get in. You should have entries where the stop losses are. What the fuck? Who says there's stop losses down there? How many times did you see on a chart where price is coming down and some other guru will get up there and say, well, that's where all the stops are, so then price is going to turn around and go up there and sweep that liquidity because that's where all the stops are. Simple question, traders. And well, there might be a lot of stupid there might be a lot of stupid traders out there. But if price came down 400 points, you mean to tell me everyone that was above a peak has not even taken any profit or even moved their stop down into profit following price? Because that's essentially what they're saying. A high or a low, they say price targets that because of liquidity. A high or a low. But it already traveled 400 points one direction. So you mean to tell me not only not only the majority of traders can't even hold for 400 points, okay? Let's think about this logically. Not only traders can't hold for 400 points, they're going to sit there and watch it go up 400 points and then come down 50, 100 points, 200 points, and they're just going to fucking sit there? Probably following the same S&R people I talk about, right? I mean, that's just stupid. I mean, it's really hard to talk about this shit. That's how stupid it is. It's really hard to talk about it. And unfortunately, we have thousands and thousands and thousands of traders that actually listen and believe this stuff. They subscribe to these gurus that don't know what the fuck they're saying, and they can't prove anything. How can someone prove that their stop loss is above or below a certain point? It's a talking point. If it's a fucking talking point, ignore it. Ignore the talking points. Ignore the liquidity zones. They just call it a fucking name. Why? I don't know. Man, that's why trading's so fucking hard. Trading is so hard because of these gurus out there naming shit that, who cares about names? I don't teach the mentees a bunch of names. All a mentee has to do is say, oh, if you think stop loss is up there, prove it. Show me on the chart that stop losses are up there. I can't. I couldn't prove that stop losses were up there or down below. What are you looking at? Even the information that we get on the fucking screen, whether it's from one platform or the next, 2 different platforms don't even fucking match. If you look at TradingView and another platform, there'll be times where those are off. I trade for live data on TradingView. So if I'm paying for it, I would think that I'm getting closest to the live market. Now, whether it is or not, I don't fucking know. And I couldn't tell you if it was. But what I do know is I pay for it. Whether it's accurate or not, who knows? But I have seen that compared to Thinkorswim or Schwab and stuff like that. I've seen it where it's the same. But I'm not going to sit there and study it. But when you go to prop firms and you go to these other firms, you're going to see a big difference. Even moving averages won't line up. Why? Your indicators aren't going to line up. Why? I don't fucking know. You think it should, right? But they say it's simulated. You're on a simulated account. Oh, okay. So are you really trading price? Good question, right? Can they move it? Can the computer move it when it gets too far away from current price? Maybe it's getting some impulse candles. Maybe it's wicking your ass out when you have a heavy stack in there. Legitimate questions, right? So that's why you need a skill. You need to have a better skill than their system. And it doesn't mean a scam or gambling. It means a fucking skill. That means you even have to know more, a better skill, a higher skill level in order to get those payouts. Not less, more. Why? Because you're not trading in a live system. You don't know how accurate that system is. Accountability. Now we have some YouTubers out there that are exposing some prop firms and slippage and spreads. I've been saying this for years and years and years. I've been saying market makers and manipulation for years. You know how many times, you know how many traders said, fuck, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, manipulation, oh, blah, blah, blah. You know what? All of those fucking traders are probably living on the fucking streets because they didn't listen. They didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. Why? Because I didn't tell them who I was. I'm just a normal guy. But I know the shit out of the market. I can trade the shit out of the market. I don't need to go and tell people when I'm somewhere. I listen. I listen to what they have to say. I was about to say, oh, I'm a multi-million-dollar support and resistance guy that was not profitable for a fucking entire year, and I'm selling a course. Will you please buy it? I'm getting ready to raise it. I don't do that shit. You can either trade or you can't fucking trade. Period. Anybody can gamble. Any trader can gamble. And it's a fucking rush. If you have the money, it's a rush, isn't it? It's a rush, right? When you can gamble, it's a rush. When you go to the casinos and you're playing blackjack, you're playing roulette, you're playing craps on the crap table, having a few beers, drinks, whatever you like, that can be a rush, right? A good time. Gambling is a good time, right? Unfortunately, the market's going to continue to take your money because it moves too fast, too quick, and too manipulated. There's too many variables in a market for you not to have a skill. The mentees must learn a skill in order to survive in the market. Just because they come over to breathingwiththemarkets.com and I teach them a methodical approach to the market, they still have to put in the work and become a successful trader and to be in their lane. To stay in their lane, find their lane, not find their own strategy, not saying all this bullshit on TV where they say, oh, well, not every strategy works for every individual. You know, you have to find what you're capable of, what you like, Oh, bullshit. It's bullshit, traders. Why? Because if you were taught how to trade, actually trade in the market, it's not a strategy. It's not an edge. It's actually trading in the market. It's not a breakout, a crossover, and all these fucking words over and over and over and over again. It's called trading. Look at this, trader on the fucking hat. Trader. It's not a specific thing. It's the entire market. It's a language. If you go to a foreign country and you start to pick up words, and then you start, I know broken Spanish, right? Total gringo, man. I can ask for certain things, simple things, but when you start talking about, I went on vacation, blah, 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 and weeks and blah, blah, I'm lost. But I understand the necessities, right? Well, understanding the necessities in a live market is not going to get you there. Pressing buy and sell buttons, setting a stop loss, which is a security blanket, because you just know some 5 necessities or 5 things in the market, doesn't mean you're a fucking trader. Okay, everyone wants to call themselves a trader. Oh, what do you do? I trade on my spare time. Well, they're losing their ass, right? But they want to be a trader. Well, take the name away. Why don't you learn the language of the market? The market has its own language, and it will talk to you, literally. It will come out in front of you, and you're going to see it. And it's going to say, here I am, look at me. And you're going to say, it's not ready yet. Go away. You need 20 minutes. You need 30 minutes. You need 5 minutes. Okay, I'm getting ready to go short. It speaks to you. Not by your own opinion, by your skill. Something that you learned from someone who can actually teach you a skill. And then you practice that skill over and over and over again. And then when it's live, candle by candle, you know when to get in the market. And it has to be objective. There is not one mentee, not one person on this earth that can fool me in the market. Not one. Why? Because I understand the language in the market. I don't know how else to tell you. So it's not confidence level. It's something that I earned and learned from experience doing it over and over and over again without my opinion. Without my opinion in the market. And therefore, I'm able to give that experience, objective approach in the market to others. My work, what I put in the market, I am able to help others in a methodical approach in the market to gain a skill. And they will gain that skill over time. That's where they're going to learn whether I want to be a trader or I just have a gambling habit and I can't do it because gambling is fun, but gambling I have no more money. That's what a true trading program will give you. That's what a true mentorship will give you. It is going to test who you are as a person. Are you willing to put in the time and practice simple things that I teach you? Are you willing to practice them over and over and over again to gain that skill and to reach your goals? It's like anything else. College is the same thing. Why is college 4 years? Some people graduate early, I get it. But after you get the certificate, to me, just in general, right? I went to college, I have a degree, but the point is, it's just a piece of paper to me, right? That's all it is. I went to college because I played baseball, right thing to do at the time. And I don't start something and not finish it. So I finished. But having my college degree doesn't mean anything to me. You have to go out and now you have to earn a skill, right? You have to learn it and earn it. And then apply that skill over and over and over again. So I know I didn't get into a lot of details, but I wanted to get inside your head and give you some thoughts. Seriously. I have a passion for trading, and it's very hard to fucking keep saying the word skill. Like how many times people just don't get it. They don't get it. And I'm not going to quit saying it because it's a fact, right? I'm not going to tell you this intuition, it's going to take you 10 years and I'm this it's all bullshit. If you have a skill, it doesn't matter the money. You can put $1 on it, $10 on it, 1,000, $1 million on it. Your skill's not going to change. So the leverage that I have when I trade, it doesn't matter. My skill is not any different. I don't go, oh no, I got 15 contracts, which I trade 15 contracts a lot, right? So I'll trade 15 minutes. I have no problem with that. The problem I have is, okay, what's my drawdown, right? And then I got to get even better and better and better and really hone in and make sure that I got that direction just dead on. And then I get in with 15 contracts on a minute chart. How many people can do that? Not many. Not many. And it's not a guess. You can't guess. Not on 140, tick candles, whatever it is. But 1 minute, boom, you got to understand your skill level and then your leverage matches that. But just because someone else is doing it doesn't mean that you can do it. You have to work yourself up to that. Don't say, well, if they can do it, I can do it. No, worry about yourself. Work on your skill. Because all the mentees in the program have different questions. All of them are not like the same. Like they come from different backgrounds and different, some people trade 20 years, some people 5 years, some people 6, some people 1, right? So all over the place. And they all have, but one thing that's all common with them, all of them, is they were taught how to gamble. That's a fact. They were all taught how to gamble. That it was easy, support and resistance, get in the market, intuition. When you have a rejection candle, go ahead and get in. When it goes to a major zone, what's a fucking major zone? Clock starts on a seconds chart, not on a fucking daily, okay? You can't see a daily candle moving. And if you can, it has to be a huge pump in order to see that thing moving, like per tick. Don't be fooled by all of this guru stuff. There are a lot of good people out there. There are, but unfortunately, the majority are not. That's the unfortunate situation because there's proof of that because of 95% or more, people are not profitable. And only a chosen few even survive after 90 days. That's sick. Imagine with all the car mechanics. What would happen if they all flunked? 95% of car mechanics, as we have trillions and trillions of cars, whatever it is. No one would have their car fixed. We would all have to become mechanics. But wait, we can't because 95% fail. So we're fucked. Think, traders. All right? Have a good day. Peace.